because and I always tell guys, like, you got to put yourself, right, go into like a dream world, right? You kind of almost have to put yourself in a female's shoes so you can understand. A lot of girls, when they go on these Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge dates, the reason why so many women don't take them seriously is because they'll show up on a date. The guy will be awkward.
Yeah.
He won't know how to speak properly. He won't understand tonality. He won't have interesting stories. He'll split the bill with her. Like, girls go on these dates a lot of times and they're like constantly underwhelmed because, let's be honest, guys, a lot of dudes are fucking losers. Like, a lot of guys aren't watching content like this. A lot of guys aren't understanding frame. A lot of guys aren't a red pill aware. So they're fucking simps. They're weirdos. They're awkward, whatever it may be. Even if they got money, they're strange.
Yeah.
So girls go on these dates and like, what the fuck? So if I'm going to deal with a lame, at least let me deal with a lame that has money. So your job is to come in and not be that, not be lame and also be successful. That's when you fucking got them.
Yeah, but that is a really interesting topic, and that leads back to almost to the cold approach stuff. Because what we're realizing increasingly is that a lot of guys who are drawn to this to that kind of content, who need training in this stuff, they tend to be a little bit. We're using the word flannels. They're kind of flannels. You know, they tend to. They're just sort of like they're a bit weedy. They're a bit weak. They don't really put themselves across in the best possible way in front of the women. So what you're saying, like on the date, they don't express themselves well. They're not dominant. They're not, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And the reality is, those guys can be rich. Those guys can have money.
Yeah.
They could even be, I mean, I've taught guys this year who've been like multimillionaires, you know, dudes who've made money from crypto.
Yeah.
They've got the money, but they haven't got the other thing. It's that X factor. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that we're trying to teach.
I'll say that's the most I think having money and not having frame is the most dangerous thing ever.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
In Miami, we see that all the time. Those you mentioned earlier, Bitcoin boys, guys that make money from e-commerce.
Bro.
All these young kids with money don't have any type of like frame at all. And as a result,
that's the worst.
They get finesse all day.
Be rich in your 20s with no understanding of female nature or game or frame. You're fucked, bro. You're literally like a gazelle in the safari with a bunch of lions circling you, because people say all the time, like, oh, men are the hunters, etc. A lot of the time, the women are the ones that are hunters and hunting you motherfuckers.
And we've seen on the show, girls mention, oh yeah, I met this guy at the club. He got a bunch of money in Bitcoin, and we just went to his house and finessed them. We paid him. Actually,
women are the real predators, bro.
He paid them to stay there longer. So imagine, they were there for a couple hours. He said, oh, don't leave. I'll give you $5,000 each to stay longer. $5,000 each just to stay longer with him. That's wild. Once again, no type of frame or game. No.
So,
what the fuck, bro?
Nah, bro. Like, yo, the more like, women are the real fucking predators when it comes to shit. And the reason, my reasoning is this: there's way more women finessing men than there are men finessing women.
Mm.
Like, it's one, like, for every one guy that's finessing a chick, there's 20 girls finessing a dude.
Pretty much.
Like, that's why, if you think about it, when girls get got, they fucking, they
crazy.
say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. When women got, they get fucking angry, and it's memorable to them.
Netflix
a guy,
special.
how many times we've been got? Million times.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even remember anymore. I've been got so many times. But like, that's just how it is. Like, women really are the real predators, because more of them are good at it than men are.
It was so impactful. They made a whole series on Netflix.
Yeah, you're right.
Because of that.
With the fucking Tinder swindler.
Yeah, that guy.
A woman finesses a dude. Another day in the office.
Do you think
dude finesses a woman? Fucking Netflix special.
Movie.
Yeah. Sorry.
Do you think that's because girls are more like emotionally intelligent? They kind of, or they're a bit more. They're a bit more Machiavellian as well, aren't they? They can sort of. They've got that finessing down when they're quite young, you know?
Yeah.
They've had so many experiences with men from the time they were like 15 years old onward that they know, for example, if he's going to be weak, he's going to be strong, he's going to be a bad boy, a nice guy. And once again, with that many experiences, I'll take advantage.
This is what I say, right? To all because people get mad at me all the time. And me and you, Troy, have talked about this since fucking 2019 about like guys got to get out there and fuck a bunch of girls and get experience. Yeah. People get mad at me when I say 50 girls, right? And then they're like, oh, that's too much or blah, blah, blah. And then I tell them, okay, well, let's pretend in 10 years you got a fucking match, a black belt match against someone, right? Who's been training karate, etc., waxing on, waxing off, fucking training Mr. Miyagi, hyperbolic time chamber, all this shit. You got this match in 10 years. What are you going to do? Well, an intelligent person would train, wouldn't they? They'd go to the gym. They'd understand how to defend. They learn how to punch, how to properly strike, how to kick, all this shit. They'd figure it out, right? But most guys effectively don't do shit. And they just show up to this black belt person to get their ass whooped. Who's that black belt holder? It's a fucking female.
Yeah.
Because by the time you're 25 and she's 25, she's had way more training with the opposite gender than you have. And she understands what ticks men off, what gets them turned on, etc. And most importantly, she's dealt with a variety of different men, and she understands where you stand in the social pecking order once she speaks to you.
Yeah.
So she's able to put you in a certain box. Most guys can't put a girl in a box to save their fucking life. They can't tell if a girl's a whore, if she's a good girl, whatever. Most guys can't even vet a woman properly, but women absolutely can see what type of guy it is and what kind of caliber it is. Girls know who they could play games with and who they can't. Most guys don't. So I say, yo, you need to get out there and fucking go to dojo and train as well, because this is a very important decision you're going to make. If you pick the wrong girl, it could fuck your life up. But yeah, it goes back to what you were saying. I think it's a Machiavellian for sure. They're able to detach easier from guys, and I think a part of it is biological as well. But yeah, men suffer way more from breakups than women do.
Yeah, definitely. And women have that kind of, they call it the light switch effect, don't they? Where women can be just like,
good point. Yeah.
You know, it's just like, you know, you're with a girl and it's like, it's all going really great. And you think, oh, this is brilliant. Oh, just cuddling up on a Sunday, watching Netflix. And then suddenly she's like, I'm not happy, you know, and then it's like, and it's all done. And she just cuts it off immediately.
And then there's studies that like, they show that like women lose interest way faster than men do in men.
Yeah.